Hello everybody, Dan here. Welcome back to Daily Soap Dish. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below because we cover a ton of 90 Day Fiancé right here on the channel. Let's get right into it, guys. So today's story is about Miona Bell. Now, in the last couple of weeks, maybe even months, we have been talking quite a bit about Miona and Jibri, considering the fact that they last appeared on the show about 2 years ago. And the reason for that is because in the fall of 2023, Miona and Jibri called it quits, and so we have been following and reporting about what's been happening with these two. Now, we also know that after the breakup, Jibri went on, a trip throughout Southeast Asia, going to Bali, Thailand, Malaysia, and Japan. I don't know if he went anywhere else. I think he also went to India as well. And so he was kind of trying to go on this, emotional or spiritual journey throughout Southeast Asia, and he's now back in the USA. I believe now he's traveling through Canada. Miona, on the other hand, she, revealed her new man, and just a couple of days ago, we did the video. She went full on Instagram official with her new beau, Terzel Ron, and also, they've been kind of taking digs at each other. So first it was Jibri. He kind of, said some things about Miona Bell that, about her personality, that she could do better. And he also, in that clip that we went over maybe a couple of weeks ago, he took full responsibility of the relationship breaking down. But now Miona is kind of hitting back at some of the things that Jibri said in that video. So we're going to cover that today. We're also going to go over something else Miona said, which is that she said that she sponsored herself to come to the USA. She's basically saying that she didn't need Jibri Bell at all, and that she did it all herself, which is really interesting because the show is called 90 Day Fiancé, and the reason for that is because spouses to Americans come, to the US on a K-1 visa. At least that's supposed to be what happens. And on a K-1 visa, you cannot sponsor yourself. There is just no way that you can do it. So it raises a lot of questions about what exactly Miona is saying. How can she possibly sponsor herself, because you can't do that? So what exactly happened? Did they lie on the show? Did she come to the USA on a different kind of visa? Like, what exactly is going on? And also in this clip where Miona talks about this, she also looks unrecognizable. We're going to go through that, but she does not look recognizable at all. People are like, what is going on? Who is this person that took over Miona's body? Because she is completely unrecognizable. If you look at her pictures on Instagram and her pictures in this clip, it's two completely different people, and people are just shocked. They're completely in shock by what happened here. So we're going to get back to this clip in a second here. First, let's go through some of the things that Miona says about the Jibri Bell breakup. So Miona clarifies some rumors that are surrounding her split from Jibri, and she calls out Jibri for spreading false information on social media. So the feud is starting, guys. So first the breakup, and now it's the feud. Fans asked Miona when she knew it was time to end things with Jibri. Her advice is to try to work on their issues first. Miona's moving on with Terzel Ron, and, well, she's happier than ever, supposedly. I mean, we don't know, but that's what she's saying right now. Now, Miona Bell wants fans to know that anything Jibri Bell is telling them about their split is fake. Miona, who is a 25-year-old reality TV star from Serbia, she came to the USA to marry Jibri, but was disappointed when she had to live in South Dakota with him and his parents. She yearned for the lavish LA lights, but Jibri, of course, had financial issues, which seemed to have worsened with time. Meanwhile, Miona became a millionaire, supposedly, thanks to her wig business. Miona and Jibri sparked split rumors in October 2023, close to their second anniversary. I think we all know that's not the truth. Miona called out Jibri for claiming that he broke up with her and not the other way around. And so this is what she said here. Did you see Jibri saying that he left you? And, I guess she did a bit of a Q&A here, and this is what somebody asked. And, she responded with, I think we all know that's not the truth. I mean, first of all, Miona has such a way of talking down to her fans that you don't see very often with 90 Day Fiancé cast members. She just has this incredibly superior attitude to anybody that asks her things. Like, for example, how would we all know? We don't know, right? Like, How would we know that that's not the truth? There's no way that we would, because we're not there in the relationship. But just Miona, and you'll see in the clip, she has a way of talking down to people. She thinks very highly of herself. We'll get to that in a minute. But sometimes people say stuff like that when they are hurt. We broke up a while ago, and I definitely know I made it clear for months before the split that I didn't want to be in that relationship anymore for many reasons. So what those reasons are, I would guess that they mainly have to do with financial things. How do you know when it's time to leave your marriage and relationship? Are you healed? I definitely encourage trying to work things out first. Try to find a solution. Go to therapy, forgive and forget. But also, we all have our non-negotiables, and it's good to know when it's time to leave if one of those non-negotiables are continuously disregarded. She doesn't say what the non-negotiables are here, but she has, hinted out at being allergic to broke men in the past, and those were small digs that she was throwing at Jibri. So if I had to take a guess here, I would say that obviously the financial situation with Jibri was probably a problem for Miona. And of course, we all saw when she came to South Dakota, she literally didn't want anything to do with that lifestyle. She wanted the glitz and glamour of LA, and they moved to LA. Jibri moved to LA. Now the issue, and I'm going to tell you guys this, and I think I've said it before, the issue that I take with Miona's approach is she married Jibri Bell. She's been involved with Jibri Bell knowing that he was living with his parents. She got involved with him when he was still with his parents. And so it's not like she didn't know about his financial situation. But in retrospect, she's saying that she had all of these issues and non-negotiables with him. But she knew exactly the kind of person that Jibri was. And so did she use Jibri? Did she give him, I don't know, because she says that as of October, she says that they were already broken up months before that. So basically, after they got married in 2021, they were maybe together for a year or over a year. And so did she give Jibri enough time to turn everything around? I don't know, but something just doesn't make sense to me here, because clearly she got involved with Jibri knowing the situation, and she came to America, got the green card and all of that stuff. She knew exactly what Jibri was about, but she's claiming that, maybe he misled her or didn't upkeep the end of the bargain. I'm not exactly sure. You guys will tell me what you think about all of that. My personal feeling is I do think, and like I said before, I feel like Miona was never in love with Jibri. I think she wanted to come to the USA, and she did. She did come to the USA, and I think that's what it was all about. And we're going to see that video that she put out in a minute here. Miona recently conducted a Q&A session with her Instagram followers where, she asked people to send questions to her, and she answered with what we saw. Miona added that she definitely knew she had made it clear that she didn't want to be in a relationship months before the split happened. Miona also mentioned that she broke up with Jibri for many reasons, but of course did not go into specifics. She did address the question from a fan, about just like when it's time to leave your marriage. And she said that she tried to work things out first before taking any drastic decisions. So this is Miona and her new man, Terzal Ron, in the picture that they posted just a couple of days ago. This is when they made it Instagram official. And this is her upgrade from Jibri picture. This is my new guy. Look at how much better he is than Jibri kind of picture, right? That's kind of what this picture is saying. That's what a lot of the comments are saying as well. And try to find the solution, she said. Miona asked the fan to first try and find a solution. She mentioned that they could go to therapy and also try to forgive and forget. But she added that there are non-negotiables, which I think is really the key here. She said that it's good to know when it's time to leave when one of those non-negotiable situations is continuously disregarded. Miona and Jibri might take a while to tell their fans what exactly happened that led to their split. As she suggested, the split wasn't sudden. The couple had been silently dealing with marital stress. Now, Miona recently posted about her boyfriend, Terzal, on IG. She started posting about him in 2023 while Jibri was still in Asia, trying to claim that he and Miona hadn't split. Miona says she's happier than ever in her new relationship. However, it looks like she might not appear in a new 90 Day Fiancé spinoff with Terzal just yet. She could have been wanting to focus on growing her business and building a new life and family with Terzal off camera, so no one will judge her like they did when she was with her now ex-boyfriend. So that's kind of, it's really more about these pictures here from the Instagram story. Now, I do want to show you guys, you know, the video of Miona, and let's take a listen to what she says here. Can you sponsor yourself on a K1 visa? People want to know the answer to this question, and maybe we can make this bigger for everybody. Let's take a listen.
That is another information that people are spreading that is simply not true. I never got green card through anybody else, and nobody else ever sponsored me. I sponsored myself. So that's simply not true, and I don't know why you like to spread narratives about immigrants not being able to do something on their own when we do everything on our own.
So a couple of things here, guys. So number one is the information that she is providing here. And people are, you know, they're wondering, they're actually asking the question, is it possible to sponsor yourself on a K1 visa? And you just cannot sponsor yourself on a K1 visa. This is what some people are saying here. She will have filed the adjustment of status after marriage and received a green card. This happens even if you divorce. The K1 is a single entry visa and tied to the American petitioner. You cannot switch to another visa from it, and you cannot switch to another sponsor, which of course makes perfect logical sense, right? It shouldn't be easy to get on a K1, and once you have it, you cannot just switch the details around. Well, maybe I have a different partner, you know, and so on and so forth. It should be very hard to get one, and once you get one, it should be tied to the petitioner. Now, you cannot sponsor yourself in the K1 category. For clarity, this person says, we just completed the K1 process and have done all of the deep dives possible into this. Now, this other person, of course, says they were married before the show. So she did not do the K1. However, on the spousal visa, still needed the sponsor, joint sponsor. So it most likely she gave the money to Jibri to file for the visa while he was still listed as her sponsor. So this is the issue, guys. Did they lie? Did Miona come on a different kind of visa? Did she apply for just a regular immigrant green card? There are people from certain countries that have a higher chance of getting a green card. It goes by the countries that least, I believe, immigrate to the USA, something like that. And some people from Eastern European countries have a higher chance of getting a green card through the green card lottery than, for example, someone from Canada. And did she come through that, or did they just lie on the show? It's not exactly very clear, but one thing is for sure, you cannot come on a K1 visa and sponsor yourself. Now, the other explanation is that perhaps she paid for the fees, but Jibri still sponsored her. However, technically, even if she paid Jibri the money that was required for the visa, Jibri still technically sponsored her. Now, she's acting, and as you guys saw, and you saw her demeanor, she kind of has a bit of a nasty way of saying things and talking to people. She often she's often very nasty to her Instagram fans. And if you guys ever go on her Instagram and you leave a negative comment, you'll see exactly what I mean. She has a lot of attitude, and you can kind of see it in that video as well. So perhaps in her mind, she thinks that maybe if she paid Jibri the fees, that she didn't need Jibri at all. It's as if she did the whole process herself. But obviously that's not true, because you still need the American to sponsor you to be able to come to the USA. You cannot just pay money and just, get a green card and then get admitted to the USA. So no matter what happened, because it's unclear, but one thing is for sure, you cannot sponsor yourself on a K1 visa. No matter what happened, what she's saying here is highly confusing, misleading, and is just not the truth of what happened. Now, she's also talking about immigrants working very hard. Well, let's just go into what Miona does. Miona, she buys Alibaba products that she repackages with her face. She stamps on her Miona Beauty logo, and she sells it at an up cost of maybe 2 or 3 times the price of what those cheap Chinese goods from Alibaba cost if any person would buy the same exact product minus her logo directly from Alibaba. And so she's saying she works hard. I don't know. Maybe she's right. Maybe she's wrong. We don't know. That's what she's saying. But is she really providing any value to America? Reselling cheap Chinese junk off of Alibaba at 2 or 3 maybe 4 times the cost. Is that really any value to America? Personally, I don't see it. But Miona will make you think that she is providing huge value to America based on her clip there. Now, you know, somebody says that they were married before the show, although that's not exactly clear if they were or weren't. Jibri did mention, and he did call her his wife in a Serbian interview. It's possible they were. It's not confirmed. We never saw any documentation that they were or not. It's highly sketchy, though, that he would even say that. Now, somebody here says, technically, you can apply for emergency parole while the adjustment of status is pending and exit render on the K-1, but otherwise, everything else you said is absolutely correct. Applying for advanced parole would still require an underlying pending I-485, which can be filed without the U.S. citizen sponsor. So, as you guys can see here, and, you know, many people here are even talking from their own personal experience, it appears that it's literally, you know, basically impossible to sponsor yourself on a K-1 visa. You still need an American sponsor no matter what. That's just the way that it works. Now, she probably meant that she paid the associated fees, which appeared to be expensive. She sent him the money or whatever. K-1 is marriage, and you sure as hell aren't going to walk into an embassy and tell them that you're married yourself, so it's visa time. There's other visas you can get for yourself, work tours, but if it was a K-1, it was marriage. She didn't come on a K-1. Then at this point, TLC is just out there lying about everything. So, you know, you guys let me know what you think about that. But one thing's for sure, she was misleading people in that clip. If she paid money for herself, that's fine. But she's acting as if she didn't need Jibri at all. Well, you still need an American spouse. You still need to have a technical sponsor, whether you pay for the fees or not. So at the end of the day, no matter what she's saying, it's kind of false. Now, this is when things get interesting. People are commenting on her poor lips and nose because she looks unrecognizable. I mean, they had to take the bus to those luxury car dealerships, you know, to take pictures in front of those cars. If you guys remember that, they used to have a lot of pictures with Porsches and whatnot. They kind of stopped doing that. Did she have an allergic reaction to something she ate? That's exactly what she looks like. She looks terrible. I would have never guessed this was her. What is going on with her nostrils? Can she even breathe? What she can't do on her own is breathe, somebody says. Holy shit, Batman, what happened to her nose and lips? Is this a flip or a lip flip? She looks like she had surgery to correct the cleft palate. She was so beautiful too. No, it just looks like poorly placed filler. I've had quite a few lip flips, and they've never looked anything close to that. Now, you guys can see here, she looks completely unrecognizable from what you will see on her own Instagram. So you go on her Instagram, she just looks completely different, right? She just looks very, very different. And of course, one thing that you guys will notice is she's kind of toned down the blackfish, and she's not doing it as much as she used to, but she looks a lot different here than she does on her Instagram page. And people are really kind of bothered by her lips, and I don't know exactly what is going on. Something is weird. I can't tell exactly what it is. She's obviously had some stuff done there, but it looks weird, and it's I don't know. It's very triggering when you look at that face moving. I can't explain it. It just is. So that's the video, guys, that I wanted to show you for today. So I'd like to ask you guys, what do you think about all of this? Number one, what do you think that Miona meant? And what do you think about her attitude, you know, about pretending that she didn't need basically Jibri at all? You know, to sponsor herself and all of that stuff. She did it all on her own. She says, what do you guys make of that? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you guys think Miona Bell used Jibri? Or, you know, what do you guys make of this whole relationship now? Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this whole thing. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did. Hit that subscribe button down below for more content right here on the channel. And I will see you guys very soon. Take care.